Okay, welcome to the second part of the third lesson. We are going to finish off our house here by putting in a door, a window, and by doing some decoration on putting some materials on the outside, and we'll even try and put some materials on the inside. Right, having done this, I've discovered it is easier to do the decorating first. Makes navigation a lot simpler, especially now that it's an enclosed. Once you put the door on and the window in, it's an enclosed space, and it makes it quite tricky to go in and out. Now, obviously, it can be done, but I just find it a lot easier to do it beforehand. So, first of all, let us focus. I am going to put basically a floor on my building. At the minute, it doesn't really have one. To do that, I'm going to start off. I'm going to select the midpoint here, and whoa, where have I gone? Let's do that again. Select the midpoint there and put the midpoint there. It automatically gives me that floor, which is great. And I'm going to go to the materials section now, just because it's really easy to do when I've got access to it. And I'm going to put in my carpet. Okay, as you've got a selection of pretty horrible looking carpets here. I will go for a dark blue. There we go. So there's my carpet inside the house. And I'm also going to decorate those walls whilst I've got the chance. So I'm going to go for some colours. I'm a terrible interior designer. Maybe I'll go for like a yellow. Yeah, that's pretty horrible, isn't it? Okay, never get me to come and decorate your house, because that is disgusting. But never mind, we will stick with the yellow. There we go, and go around into the inside and do there we go. So, that's what colour should the ceiling be? The ceiling should be white, isn't it? That's what most ceilings are. Is that white? No, white. Yeah, it's like a white. I'll leave it grey. Anyway, come back out. There we go. There's our house. We've painted the indoors and we've laid a carpet. All that's missing is some windows and some doors. So the door and the window, what we're going to do is use the line tool, and we're going to place the surface that's going to become the door and the window. We're going to place that along the edge here. You can see my pen. It's all sort of just tracking it up. So you've got to be quite careful with the navigation here, because you need to get in close enough so that you can select with your pencil the exact spot that you want, but also not too close, like I'm getting, that you get yourself completely lost and confused. So I'm going to go all the way down there. I'm going to go to the midpoint. Midpoint, all the way down to there. Then I need to do it. See, this is what I said about the navigation. There are people out there that are wizards at navigating around SketchUp, and I'm afraid to say I am definitely not in that category yet, as you can see. So I want to go to this midpoint, get a bit closer, midpoint, down to that midpoint. No, that's the end point. I want the midpoint. Oh, I see, that's the end point of that line, that's fine. And then I need to connect it up at the top. So it says endpoint now because there's already an existing line, which is fine. There we go. Ta-da! Right, finally. So there is my surface. Now I'm going to turn that door using the materials. So I'm going to press materials here. I'm going to go for a wooden door, which is one of the options here somewhere. Here we go, wood. And let's pick let's go for this, sorry. There we go. And then I'm going to try and go on the inside, get a bit closer. Go around onto the inside and do the back of it. Oh, beg your pardon. Now, oh, I'm in the, look at that, I'm in the ceiling. That's no good, is it? Let's zoom out. Let's try that again. So I just need to get into the house. This is why I said it was best to do decorating before you did the door, because I have found, in my experience, for some strange reason, it just becomes a lot more complicated. There we go. There's the back of the door. To sort of scoot in and out like that. I mean, it may use my imagination, but I just find it a lot easier to do it that way. Okay, right, now let's do the same thing for the window. So we're going to go midpoint. There's the midpoint. And we want to go, see, look at this. I just don't understand why. There we go. Midpoint. Midpoint, midpoint. Thank you. Now I want to scoot around, maybe zoom out a bit, maybe go this way. And go down, and I want to go to the midpoint here. Midpoint down to, excuse me guys, down to midpoint, 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 midpoint. There we go to midpoint. Very good. Midpoint. I just need to do it up there. That's better. Midpoint to midpoint. Hurrah! Okay, so that's done. Now I need to turn it into a glass. Now the best one to use I've found so far is this one here, because it makes it this nice sort of translucent, opaque kind of material there. So there's our house. See, it's starting to look more house-like. All it needs now is a dash of colour on the outside. And so to do that, I'm going to do brick. And I'm going to select what brick to use. Let's try this one. Yeah, that'll do. Perfect. Go around and make sure it is all there. There we go. And I'm going to do the roof, which they have got a separate roofing. Select this, right? There we go. And there is our roof. Now obviously you just don't want to forget about the little edges, the little touches around the outside. I could do that bit as well. And then come around here, go around, do the same there. Click. And click. There we go. And just do the same on the other side. Click. Click. There we go. I suppose I could do those bits as well. Up to you really, whatever you think looks the best. Probably that, isn't it? Okay, fine, let me do the same here. And then we are officially, if I just get to that last bit. There we go. That, ladies and gents, is our house. Okay, I don't think I'll be winning any design awards just yet, but I'm learning this at the same time that you're learning it. So I hope you can have a go at doing something like this and see what we can learn. Okay, good luck.